Are y'all ready? Hey guys, it's Adriana. We're gonna be doing 22 questions since I'm 22 years old. Just to start up the channel, let y'all get to know me, get to know my history, my past, my present, whatever. So let's get into it. Before we get started, y'all should know a little bit about me. So my name is Adriana. I'm a track sprinter. I run the 100, 200, 4x4, 4x1. I've been running track since I was in 9th grade. But you already know, on the playground when we had recess, I was in that tag game every single time. I have a sister, 2 parents. I love them so much. I go to CCSU currently. I'm in that NEC, as seen right here. And yeah, so that's a little bit about me. The rest of the questions should really help y'all get a little taste of who I am. All right, so I hit up my Instagram the other day and I asked them to ask me some questions, like the little Q&A box. So I'm gonna be answering these questions on this YouTube to introduce y'all to me, myself, who I am. And oh yeah, make sure to follow me on Instagram at @AdrianaBrathwaite_. But let's get, and I'm also gonna be spinning this lovely wheel so that I know which question to pick. So there's 22 random questions. I'm gonna give you 22 answers. All right, so the first question is, why did you start running track? So like I said earlier, I love playing tag on the playground because I was always the fastest girl. Like, I used to outrun everybody. Nobody could get me when they was it, and when I was it, everybody was gone. So that's the reason why I started loving running and racing and stuff like that. Like, we used to have field day when I was younger, and I'd win those races, and I was like, oh, I'm kind of good at this. So when I got to high school, because my middle school didn't have a track team, when I got to high school, I walked up to the track coach and I was like, yeah, so I'm gonna be running for you. Like, he tells this story to my mom all the time. He was like, she just walked right up to me and she was like, I'm gonna be on the track team, and did. So after that, I was running track for my 4 years of high school. I really started falling in love with it after I tore my ACL. So I tore my ACL my junior year in high school, and then I realized how much I missed track and how this is something I could actually do. So I had a big comeback season my senior year, and now I'm here at Central. All right, so this question is, how do you approach challenges or setbacks in my personal life or in athletics? All right, so I feel like I could really speak on this one just because last year, some of y'all may know if you're coming from my Instagram or if you just know me as a track athlete, but last year I had a serious back injury. So I stress fractured my entire spine and herniated 3 discs. And I was in a lot of pain. Like, your girl was hurting bad. And I ended up running all of indoor before I got the MRI and found out I really need to stop for outdoor. So I redshirted last year. That was really heartbreaking for me just because, like I said, I love running track. Like, it's something I'm really passionate about. Like, I know some people just do it on the collegiate level, like scholarship wise, or just because, they've been doing it for so long, but I really do love track. So when it comes to setbacks and stuff like that, I just kind of, first you gotta cry. If I'm being honest, no matter what happens in my life, the first thing I'm gonna do is cry. And I do think that's really beneficial because when you get it all out, sometimes you gotta cry and then suck it up. So you gotta put yourself up by the bootstraps. That's what I've always said. So yeah, there was a lot of tears because the doctor that I had said that there was a chance I might never be able to run again. So I cried. I cried for a really long time, and then I pulled it together because I realized that, God willing, I was gonna be back on this track. So I really think that prayer, trusting God really helped me just, with my mental, getting back on the track and just trusting in the plan, the process, and all that. It's not my timing. That's really how I approach setbacks and stuff like that. And then other than that, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not going to be like, this isn't the end of the world. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you love something and yes, it's a setback, but it's not forever. So that's how I do it. What's my favorite track and field event other than sprinting? I love triple jump. I love it. Like, I love watching. I think it's just such a beautiful form. Like, it's just so gorgeous because it's something that I personally don't think I'd ever be able to do because I think my knee would get off, just break up on the second jump. My knee would just be detached from me. But I do think triple jump's such a beautiful event outside of sprinting. I mean, if we're talking with hurdles and stuff, obviously I think I also love the 400-meter hurdles, but yeah, I would say triple jump. How do you recover after a hard training session? Ice baths. I'm an ice bath girly to the day I die, and I hate them so much. But let me tell you, an ice bath gonna have you so right. Your body's gonna feel like a brand new body when you get out that ice bath. The best thing for me too is when you hop in the sauna and then you go straight to the ice bath, and I'll be in there for like 15 minutes. So ice baths definitely the way to go. Lots of water, lots of food, obviously, but don't sleep on the ice baths. All right, how do you stay motivated throughout the season? I mean, for me, motivation hasn't necessarily been something I really struggled with. Like I said, track is really something I'm truly passionate about. So I feel like sometimes when you're really passionate about something, like you enjoy hard workouts, when you enjoy like killing yourself on the track, I feel like it makes it a little bit harder to get unmotivated. So that's part of it. But also, like, I just remind myself of the end goal, what I want to come out of track, and like who I want to be on the track. So I have in my room like goals posted. I have a poster on like by my bed, and then I also have a post like dry erase marker, so I write my goals for every meet. You know, I really just write and speak into existence when I want to come out of track. So if I'm gonna go at practice and I'm gonna like do something with half effort, I know that that goal is never gonna come. So that's mainly how I stay motivated, I would say. If I could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would I go? St. Lucia. I love St. Lucia. My family is St. Lucian. I just feel like the country's just so beautiful, and I love being there. I feel so at peace there, and the water's gorgeous. Like, I love swimming, so St. Lucia for sure. That's easy. All right, we're gonna do question number 22 now, according to this magical spinner thingy. So, what legacy do you hope to leave as a sprinter? I mean, as a Black female sprinter, I mean, it's also part of the reason why I go out there on the track and why I started content creating is because I do truly want to inspire the next generation of Black female and just female sprinters in general. So I think part of that, I just want to go out there and be great. I really want to run my best, but also show young girls what it is to persevere and to not let like anybody tell them anything about who they are, what they're capable of, and to just go out there, have fun, and do their best, because at the end of the day, that's all track is supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun, and you're supposed to be working really hard. And it's just, I feel like on the women's side of the sport, it's just so beautiful to see such a sport that really exemplifies how strong we are as women. So number 8 is what advice I would give as a sprinter. My best advice is to listen to your body, listen to your needs. So like I said, last year when I was running track, I suffered that back injury, but I continued to run for all of indoor, which could have really, 1, risked my life, and 2, risked my ability to come back to the sport. So, you know, I know it sucks to stop, because clearly I know it sucks to stop because I did not want to stop running. But at the same time, you really got to listen to yourself and listen to your needs, because you can't just keep doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result if you're in pain. So you're not gonna be running fast if you're. All right, so we're at question number 21 right now, which is most embarrassing moment from a practice or me. That's kind of hard because I don't really get embarrassed easily. I'm kind of like really goofy on the track, like just in general. Everybody know I'm kind of always bouncing around, happy, bubbly, whatever. Stuff happens, I be laughing and stuff. But most embarrassing moment from practice, I guess, would say one time we were doing box jumps and it was like rainy or slippery or something, and so I jumped to get on the box and like my feet connected or slipped or something, so I went over the other side, like my whole body was just over the other side, and my teammate, she had grabbed my ankle to try to like save me, but instead I just ended up dangling off the side of the box. So all right, so the next question is what's practice look like throughout the week? So really, it depends on what season we're in, which depends on what coach is trying to do, and it depends on what day the meet falls. But generally, we start with like block work, speed work. Day 2 is usually like a high volume day, so repeats or like broken threes or something like that. Wednesdays are typically more recovery based, so sometimes we have form runs, sometimes we get body circuits on Wednesdays, and Thursdays are also more like a low day, so it's recovery. On Friday we start to amp it back up, so we'll do like in preseason hills and stuff, but in season now it's more so speed based. Yeah, speed based and acceleration. And then like Saturdays, sometimes we do volume again, so we'll do like but it's tempo volume, so we'll do say 6 200s at 30 or something like that. So it's really not too hard on Saturdays. And our hardest day I would say is Tuesday, but Tuesdays I do love because everybody on my team knows I love a good worker that's gonna have me down on the floor. So yeah. So question number 4 is, who is your biggest role model in the world of track and field? And I would have to say it's Allison Felix, mainly because when she, you know, got her sponsorship after she was pregnant and it was taken away, I feel like a lot of people would be just, you know, really sad about that. Obviously, like, it's not fair, and you know it's not fair. Oh, sorry, y'all. And you know it's not fair, but some people, you know, just cry in their cornflakes, whatever. But no, she went and created her own brand and partnered with Athleta. So I really think that it's just inspiring, just because women shouldn't be punished for having babies, doing things that women do. Like, at the end of the day, we're women. So I think it was really strong of her to you know, step back from that and create her own thing. All right, and 18 is, do you have any superstitions or pre-race rituals? I mean, everybody on my team know you better not split a pole around me, because I'm going to yank you to the other side of the pole, because splitting the poles bring bad luck. Other than that, I mean, my pre-race ritual really is just like getting my body physically ready for a race. I pray and stuff like that, but I don't think I really have any other superstitions or anything like that when it comes to pre-race anything. Yeah. How do you handle nerves before a big race? And so that's really something I've been working on, because your girl is anxious. Your girl is anxious. Like, I have a lot of anxiety that I deal with. Like, I do get really nervous before races. I have trouble eating, sleeping, all that. But I have been working on that. One of the things is prayer, because I do pray a lot before my race. I have this journal. It's a Bible study journal, so I use that as well. That really helps with the nerves before running. And I try to take my mind off of it. Like, I'll think about other things, think about things that I'm excited about outside the track, because I know, y'all, I know there was a hole in this shirt, but I know that I be stressed. Like, if I really think about track, think about the race, like, I try to envision it, and I really do like to be mindful when it comes to track, but sometimes I gotta take my mind off of it. I'll think about anything else. Oh, I got an assignment due. Let me think all about that assignment, so I have nothing to think about when it comes to getting on that line. Question number 20 is, what's the best advice you've ever received when it comes to track and field? I mean, I've received this from a lot of people. I feel like it's not necessarily like, no, scratch all that, sorry. My father gives me the best pet dogs before, after, if he could, during a race. But every time he always says it's just mental, and to just push some more. So his thing is to go through the mental blocks when I'm running. And I feel like in some races maybe it's harder to go through that, because in the 100 you're maybe not feeling the lactic and that, but in 200, 400 especially, it's all mental for me. Like, in the 400 particularly, I was running the same slow time over and over again freshman year. And then we got to NEC championships my sophomore year, my indoor freshman, my school sophomore year, and it came down to the 4x4. So if we didn't run the time that we ran, we wouldn't have won. So I really locked in. I dropped 5 seconds off my 400 time, and even this season I dropped 3 seconds off my 400 time in a race. So realistically, I think the 400 is all mental. I don't think it's anything to do with my physicality. Like, obviously I can run these times. I know I can, because I know my 200 PR. So if I know my 200 PR, I know I can translate to that to the 400. So really, it's just all mental. You gotta just push through the wall. He's always saying, you see a wall when you're running, you gotta push through it. So that's the best advice I've ever received. All right, the next question is, what is one thing track has taught you? And this kind of goes off based off the last question actually for me. So track has taught me that realistically, anything that my mind tells me I can do, if I believe it, if I truly know that I can go out there and do it, my body will be able to carry it out. So there's nothing, like, I think a lot of people set realistic goals. I've never set a realistic goal. I'm delusional. I'm so delusional. I don't care about everything in my life, because I know that if in here I believe it, if I speak it, if I believe it fully, then it will happen. So I feel like that's one thing track has taught me, because in everything in my life, if I fully believe that something's gonna happen, it will. Right, so question number 10 is describe your perfect day start to finish. Perfect day start to finish is I'm not waking up any earlier than 8 o'clock in the morning. Preferably 9, preferably 10. If this is just a basic day with training and all that in it. So I say wake up at 9. I go get some breakfast. No class this day, no work this day. I can go straight to practice. We have, I really like a good speed work day. So let's say we have 120s. I love 120s. And then after practice, I go get another meal because I love to eat. I don't have Lyft this day because Lyft be taking your girl out. I be in bed afterwards. I get to be in the hot tub this day, and I don't know, I eat some good food and go to sleep. I guess that's a basic perfect day for me. Like, that's how my day is. I'm having a good day. All right, this one is basically just share your favorite movie. And that's tough for me. So my favorite, I don't really like movies, but if I'm going to watch a movie, it's going to be the same like 3 or 4 over and 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 over again. Like over and over. My 1 and 2 would be Creed 1 and 2. I love those movies. I've watched each of them well over 30 times since they've come out. But also the movie Someone Great. I really do love rom-coms, and that one's not really a rom-com actually now that I think about it. I love that movie though. I will watch that movie. I've watched that movie more times than I can count also. Yeah, I would say those two. I watched those 3 technically, but those are my favorites. So, all right, this next question is, what's your favorite pre-meat snack or meal? So I know it's really important to get like protein and carbs in before a meal. So I love eating salmon. I'm a salmon girl. My mom says it's basic, but whatever. I love salmon, like brown rice. So I do this like teriyaki salmon, brown rice, avocado, and sometimes I put like carrots and cucumber and all that in there. I love that. On the day of a meat though, I have trouble eating. I love a good breakfast, but snack wise, go-go squeeze. Yeah, I love go-go squeezes before a race. It's like that quick energy, but they also taste phenomenal. So I love a go-go squeeze. All right, so the next question is, how do you manage being a student athlete who has a job? And let me tell you, this is the plague of my life. For those who don't know, I work. I'm an honor student and I run track. And let me tell you, your girl is tired. The amount of times I want to quit that job. Like I really love focusing on track. Like I wish I could just spend all my time focusing on the stuff I'm really passionate about, but I can't because this is the real world. So, managing my time, I really, part of it is my job does help out, so I can do homework at work sometimes. That's really good, but also just taking breaks when I need to take breaks, because I don't really have a lot of free time if I'm being honest. Like half the time, if I'm not at work, class, or practice, everybody knows I'm in bed. I am asleep or I'm eating. So it's finding time to actually do something fun, like whether or not I have to sacrifice like something, it's really beneficial, but also just knowing that it's hard. My mom always says it to me, like I need to give myself grace because I am doing something that is extremely difficult. So knowing that what I am doing is difficult, but that it's going to be worth it in the end, that's really helped me. So knowing what I'm doing is hard because it's not easy, y'all. Like going to work right after Lyft, like all my teammates know I'm running out of the Lyft room and going straight to work, and everyone's like, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how I do it either, y'all. I don't know. But knowing that it's hard, that's how I manage it. What's one skill or talent you wish you had and why? I wish I could sing. I do. I love music, and I have such an appreciation for music. I love listening to music. I wish I could sing because let me tell you, girl, when I was younger, that's all I wanted to do. I want to be a singer so bad. but I can't sing, y'all. My voice sounds crazy. And my mom told me that. She said, we're not putting you in singing lessons because that's going to be a waste of my money. Because she's always honest with me. And I love that about her. So I wish I could sing because I would be singing all the time. Every second I got, like if I had a beautiful singing, people get wasted on beautiful singing voices. I've heard some people that have never sang have good singing voices. If I had a good singing voice, I would never shut up. Y'all would hate me. Okay. This question's a little bit redundant, I guess. But it's how do you prepare yourself mentally before a race? And it's really just locking in. Like, I feel like track is mental. Most track is mental. So when I get on the line, I know I gotta go. I gotta run. So it's really just, lock in. When it's time to go, it's time to go. All right, and the last question is, what is your ultimate goal in your sprinting career? So for me, I really want to take it all the way. I really want to become a professional track athlete and, do things that have never been seen before, if I'm being honest. I didn't come into college super fast. I had a good 55 time, and that was basically the reason why I came into collegiate track and field. But now I've really worked, and I've really worked hard. Having a coach that truly knows the sport is very helpful. And in high school, I don't know how to say it, like, I didn't really know that much about track. So now knowing how hard I have to work and knowing what I have to do, like I said, I stay delusional. I know I can do it. So I feel like there's nothing that's ever gonna stop me from accomplishing all my goals. And yeah, so take it all the way. I really want to do my thing. I want y'all to be able to see me and be like, oh yeah, I was there when she started. So stay tuned. But yeah. So that's the end of my video. Thank y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed and got to know a little bit more about your girl. Again, make sure to hit that subscribe button and follow me on Instagram at Adriana_. So I'll see y'all in the next video.